applies to all things. You need not fool yourself. That was an angel that Jacob was wrestling with. That was not the Lord God from on high. Because there was a play that traveled throughout this nation a few years ago that was entitled, "Your Arms Are Too Short to Box with God." And had it been God in that ring, it would have been no match at all. Because God could have knocked him out with one punch. But even within the corridors of my own life, if I reflect back to my years at Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, I thought about how one night me and the angel had a wrestling match. And we were deciding amongst ourselves which way my career would go. And I thought it in my own mind that I wanted to be an attorney. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. And that's what Jamal wanted. But God said, "No, that's not what I have in store for you. That's not what I have planned for you. I've got a whole different set of variables in your life. I've already set up your trajectory. I already know what path you're going on." And I said, "God, I don't want to go that way. I don't want to go that way because, you know, that's what my granddaddy did. And, you know, that's what my father did." But the Lord said, "I'm not worried about them. I got to do it for yourself. And they can't call you and they can't send you. But Jamal, you've got to listen to me. I'm the one who's sending you out." And I said, "God, let's make a deal. Is it not possible? Is it not possible that I can just be a lawyer part-time? Is it not possible that I can do my own thing?" And a whole lot of you are just like that with God. You want to go according to your own schedule. You want to go according to your own outline. You want to go according to your own dreams. And I tell you what, you can fight all you want to, but when the final bell rings, Jesus will be on top, and he's going to tell you which way that you're going to have to go. Still did not settle it in my spirit. And so the young lady who read so graciously my biography this morning at the 11 o'clock hour shared that while at Morehouse I had a dual major of political science and international relations. And so I decided that I was going to take some pre-law classes. And one of the first things that anybody who does anything about business law or contractual law, there is one clause that you've always got to be leery of. There's always one clause that you've got to keep an eye out on. There's always one clause that will close the whole deal into helter-skelter. There's one phrase that you've got to learn within your first week of legal studies, and that is to know whether something is null and void. What does that mean to me, Reverend Brian? I've never studied political science. I've never had to call king and king attorneys. I've never had an accident on my job. What does it mean for something to be null and void? When something is null, that means it's no longer good. When something is null, that means the contract is no longer in order. When something is null, you are no longer bound by the legal document. But not only is it in that context, but if for those who have taken the sacred vows of marriage, if in fact you break one of those vows, then you have nullified your contract. You have gone against what you have pledged to do. That's what null is. But if I can bring it a little bit closer to home, if when you leave out of here and you go over to Safeway and you got to pick up a few things, if just perchance you need some eggs and some milk, if you better look at the carton before you go up to the cash register, because it'll say after November 27th, this will be void. You shouldn't buy it after this because it won't be any more good. It will turn sour. I wouldn't suggest that you pour that milk in your cereal after November 27th. I wouldn't recommend that you use them eggs for pancakes after November 27th because it's now void. There's no longer a seal of freshness. There's no longer a contract of its whereabouts. There's no longer a hidden agenda as to whether it's good for you or not, because it says right there on the carton that after that date it's going to be void. It's going to be void, null and and void. When you break the contract, when you go against what you've already agreed on, when something that you've promised has run out, it's now null and void. When you decide that you are no longer going to abide to the aforementioned contract, it is now null and void. When you have bought out your percentage in the company, it's now null and void because you've got nothing to do with it. I moved down to Durham, North Carolina in August of this year, and I was getting my apartment together, and I saw after immediate inventory that I needed a television set, and so I went over to Service Merchandise to go find me a television set, and I got the top of the line Magnavox. I was so happy. I just knew my apartment was gonna be fat now. I mean, this was the 20-inch with the VCR attached to it. I mean, I was ready for some show enough entertaining at the house. You understand? And so I looked inside of the box. I looked inside of the box, and there was a contract in the box. It said, "Welcome to Magnavox." Well, oh, I knew I had some. This wasn't no cheap stuff here. Well, welcome to Magnavox, and you are about to enter into a universe that you've never seen before. This is a technology that surpasses all others. This is far beyond. Magnavox is produced by great minds, and great minds from Magnavox produce great ideas, and great ideas produce a great product from Magnavox. You are about to enter into a new universe. I said, my God, I've got me a Magnavox J6 2000. I got me a Magnavox, and so I put it up on my stand, and I plugged it in, and I made sure I had batteries in my remote control. Now, remember in the preface when they are welcoming me to a different world, to a different universe that I've never seen before. And so I sit down on my couch and I press on my new 20-inch Magnavox with a VCR J6 2000, and they have promised me that I am about to enter into a different world. And I turned the television on, and there was C-SPAN, and they showed my people killing each other in Haiti. And I said, wait a minute, where's the new universe you promised me? And I flipped it again, and I said, what in the world is going on?